is good? It's your boy Ty back here with another video. And in this video today, guys, we're going to be ranking the top 100 cards in NBA 2K23 MyTEAM from 100 all the way to 1. So, I mean, again, this is a lot of cards. So, if your, let's say, favorite card isn't on this list, it might be because I forgot them, straight up. There's a lot of cards here, so I'm not going to have a absolutely perfect list. But I tried to do as good as possible, as well, rank these cards as, you know, as well as I possibly could. So just something to kind of keep in the back of your guys' minds and think about. If I leave off like a heroic version of a player as well, that might definitely happen. So just something to think about, but we're gonna hop right into it. And as we do it, guys, if you are new to the channel, make sure you guys do smash that subscribe button. We're on the road towards 120,000 subscribers, and I really do appreciate all of the recent support. At number 100, we're plugging in Galaxy Opal Alternate Reality Magic Johnson. Now, Magic Johnson is due for a new card. I remember even when the first Invincible like got leaked, or not, before we knew it was T-Mac, people were speculating that our first Invincible was gonna be Magic Johnson. Why? Because we haven't seen a Magic Johnson since February 10th, but this card for that time was still really solid in my team. So, I mean, playmaking wise, defensively was really good. Again, release wise, not perfect, but it was okay enough in my team, right? A usable enough release. I think for me and Magic Johnson is, I like his movement, I like his defense. It just comes down to his release, not necessarily being that quickest in my team. At number 99, sticking with that point guard position, Pink Diamond Elgin Baylor. Now, kind of a complete polar opposite of a guy like Magic Johnson. With Magic Johnson, you're looking at a really tall point guard that defensively is going to be good, offensively not going to be able to create his own shot that well. Elgin Baylor's going to be able to create his own shot. It's that simple. But defensively, again, he's only 6'5". So it really depends on what you're wanting, whether it's Elgin Baylor or Magic Johnson. Both cards are really solid. Elgin Baylor is a little more recent of a card, April 21st, but he is only a pink diamond. But when you look at his stats, look at his badges, and even look at his animations, the card is nearly perfect in my team, and definitely a card I can get behind in my team. At number 98, Galaxy Opal Shea Battier. Now, I gotta say, I'm not that good with Shea Battier. Like, I've been using Shea Battier a little bit just to try to get a feel for him. I'm trying to do that with a lot of the new budget cards, just so I can give you guys a more accurate, like, whether it's a tier list, whether it is a top 100. I gotta be honest with you, I struggle a little bit with Shea Battier. I do. And when I play other people, they green everything with his release. I just personally don't. But he's still really good. 6'8", plays immaculate defense. I'm just not that good with his release right now. And it's probably more of my fault than anything else. Like, I'm not blaming necessarily Shea Battier. Again, at the end of the day, it probably is more so my fault. I'm just saying, I struggle a little bit with his release. Still really solid as an overall card. Coming in at number 98. At number 97, Dark Matter Chris Bosh. Now, you guys might have Chris Bosh higher. I just think there are way better power forward and centers in my team as it stands right now. His defense is solid, shooting wise is solid. He just doesn't do anything great, right? I mean, he's supposed to be a great shooter, right? A great three-ball shooter. Supposed to be able to shoot the ball immaculately. But for me, I just think his release is okay. A little bit on the slower side of things. Can't put him any higher than number 97. At number 96, Dark Matter LeBron James. Now, these LeBrons are the same at the time I'm recording this, so it doesn't really matter. I am waiting for a new Bron card. More specifically, I'm tired of the Kyle Korver base. And some people might think the Korver base is fine. And if that's you, I mean, I don't hate it. I just personally, I'm not that good with the Korver base, especially when it's only on quick. It's just a little slow for today's game. Defensively, the card is still going to be really solid. So, just again, something to kind of keep in the back of your minds. Think about, I love LeBron James's player model, and I feel like his defense is always near the top in my team. Only 6'9" for the small forward position, maybe a little small in today's game. Still a really solid overall card at number 96. Number 95, sticking with that point guard position. Not the point, because Bron's not a point guard, but I've talked about 2 point guards already. Let's stick with it. Pink Diamond, Luke Walton. Elgin Baylor, a budget point guard. Luke Walton, a budget point guard. Who is better? Well, I'm going to say it, and a lot of people might disagree with me. It's really preference-based. I mean, Luke Walton's going to be a little bit taller and maybe a little bit better defensively. Might not create as many good shots as Elgin Baylor, but I think as an overall card, I give the advantage to Luke Walton just because he's 6'8". Height runs this game. If you aren't aware, if you haven't really been around my team this year, yes, height runs the game. And the fact of the matter is, Luke Walton, 6'8". Elgin Baylor, only what, 6'5"? That's the big difference with them. I really like Luke Walton. I like his release. Wish it was on very quick, but still like it. Good dribble six, good dribble style. And defensively, he is going to compete for you. At number 94, we're plugging in Dark Matter Grant Hill. A card that, yes, he was overpriced when he first came out. He never really was a good value in my team. But just because a card's not a good value doesn't mean the card is bad. And I think Grant Hill is a perfect example of that. 6'8", gonna play a lot of defense for you. I feel like the upper I feel like the Kuz upper is hard to agree with. Jalen Rose, because like they don't even hold the follow through with it, right? Jalen Rose, Kuzma, upper. I just don't necessarily love it, and that's my whole thing with Grant Hill. If he had a better upper, I think his card would be better. Still gonna play a ton of defense for you in your specific squad. At number 93, Galaxy Opal Cedric Maxwell. The big problem with Cedric Maxwell, and I've said it before and I'll hold true to it, is the fact that he can't play shooting guard. If this card could play shooting guard, I would be probably be in what? Right around the 50 range, I would say. The problem for me in Cedric Maxwell is he's only 6'8", and when I say only, you're at the small forward position. I even talked about Braun being a little bit small, and he's 6'9", and has a way better player build. 6'8", 7-foot wingspan. And his stats are basically identical to the Cedric Maxwell last year, which is fine. But you got to realize Cedric Maxwell last year came out in March. And so I like Cedric Maxwell, especially defensively. But he loses a lot of that value just because, he has to play that small forward position. Ocean very quick is fine. Normal leaner is fine. I mean, I didn't green much with it in my gameplay, but I know it's an easy release 2 green. I don't hate Cedric Maxwell. I just really, really wish he could play that shooting guard position. At number 92, we're plugging in Dark Matter Oscar Robertson, the Big O, an NBA 2K23 MyTEAM. 6'5", 6'8" wingspan, hot spots from everywhere. Came out on March 7th, my birthday. Shout out Big O. 95 3-ball, good speed. Defense is really solid. His release isn't the hardest to green. It's just not super fast in my team. It's not bad, but it's just not super quick. Quick drive, soft one. I like Big O in my team, but again, just never really was a great value option. At number 91, Pink Diamond Mark Eaton. And I know people are going to throw hate at me for having Mark Eaton on this list. All I'm going to say is this. Name another big guy like 7'3", 7'4" that can move like Mark Eaton can. A lot of these newer bigs, let's say Mirsan, let's say even Sean Bradley, can't move like Mark Eaton can. It's that simple to understand. It's that easy of a concept. That's why I'm decently high on Mark Eaton. Is the card perfect? No, I'm never even trying to make the case that Mark Eaton is perfect because he's not. But I do like the card for his specific price in my team. And I think you can use this card and have a lot of success with them. Coming in at number 90, in my opinion, better than Mark Eaton, Galaxy Opal Tyson Chandler. Now they're different, right? Mark Eaton is going to be a little bit taller for you and your specific squad. Tyson Chandler, I can't sit here and lie and say I green every shot with him because I don't. But he gives you the ability to shoot. But he's just faster, just better all the way around than a guy like Mark Eaton. You could have Tyson Chandler all the way up to like 70 to me. I just haven't gotten the hang of his release yet. That's why he is not any higher. Coming in at number 89, Alexei Pokachevsky. A card that doesn't really get talked about a ton anymore. And is it that big of a deal that nobody really talks about him? I mean, no. I mean, he's fine. Is the card next level good? No. And it's because of his player model and player build. I mean, that's really it. He has a skinny player model, player build. Card's still fine in my team. Just not great. If he ever gets like a point guard card, though, he is going to be extremely good and valuable in my team. At number 88, a card I've already mentioned, Galaxy Opal Jalen Rose. Now, again, when Jalen Rose first came out, everybody was excited. The one thing I'm going to warn you guys of this. the Kuz upper. I gotta warn you guys of that Kuz upper. I hate it. It's the reason I didn't like Pink Diamond Richard Hamilton. It's that simple. I do not like the Kuz upper. It's in my opinion hard to time and hard to green. And that's, you know, why even with Galaxy Opal Kyle Kuzma, I never really gassed the card that much. I couldn't green consistently with him, so I'm just warning you guys of that. I still do like Jalen Rose in my team. I still think the card is really solid, especially at 6'8". I'm just saying I don't like that Kuz upper, so just kind of be aware of that. I gotta plug Giannis in somewhere, and I guess 87 is my spot for him. He is 7 feet tall. I was honestly hoping playoff Giannis would get a couple of updates to make him even better. Never really did. Probably going to see a new Giannis soon. Whether it's the Invincible or not, I don't know. Probably will be the Invincible. I'm hoping they change his release. But even if they don't, if we get an Invincible Giannis with, let's say, like a 90, it would probably be, what, 97 3-ball? He is going to be probably the best small forward in my team. At least up there. I'm not going to maybe say he's going to be better than Bull, because that would be kind of crazy. But he'd be up there in that conversation. And don't let us get a point guard Giannis, because he'll literally run the game in my team like point guard Giannis usually does. At number, where are we even at here? I'm losing track. At number 86, Oshman Jane. Now, I will say his release, is it great? No. Is it bad though? No. His release is not bad. It's one you can green with decently. And his defense is fantastic. I mean, you got 6'10" with these defensive stats and these defensive badges. What's there really not to like about this card? I mean, he's perfect. The card is nearly perfect offensively. Again, gonna leave a lot to be desired. But as long as you got a shooting guard that can make plays, you're going to be just fine, and this card is really, really solid in my team. Again, a lot of the shooting guards in general, you know, you run your offense anyways, whether it's Ricky Davis, Vince Carter, T-Mac, like a lot of the shooting guards are going to run your offense. So this is like a perfect point guard to run alongside those shooting guards that can get you absolute buckets, you know, and so that's why I'm pretty high on Jang, putting him in here at number 86. At number 85, our first heroic card, Penny Hardaway. I don't have a problem with Penny Hardaway. The one thing I will say is his release didn't get changed. So when you're using Penny, you're going to be using a card with a not great release. And I'm not saying it's that bad. It's just slow. It's just on the slow side of things. But the rest of the card is good. And that's the thing I like about Penny Hardaway. His movement's fine. He's standing dunks nearly everything. I mean, it's bigger than, it really is bigger than just, you know, his release in my team. And so that's, you know, the one thing I will say I do like about Penny Hardaway is, you know, it's not just the release. There are other things he does pretty well on the basketball court. At number 84, here we go. Galaxy Opal Glenn Rice. I didn't know where to put this card because I haven't used him in a very long time. But as far as a free card is concerned, this card is solid in my team. I mean, shooting-wise is solid, decent release. Barkel and very quick. I don't necessarily love the upper, but it's fine. MJ dribble style. I mean, he's not bad in my team. Not necessarily the best shooting guard in the game. He's not a shooting guard that I'm like, wow, this is a must-run card. But he's solid enough that he can be ran at a pretty high level in my team. And, you know, if you need a shooting guard and have Glenn Rice, he can definitely hold it down for you. At number 83, Galaxy Opal Scotty Barnes. I don't love Scotty Barnes. I don't. I'll be the first to tell you. When I'm talking about my favorite point guards in the game, a card that doesn't come up often is Scotty Barnes. And for me, I think it's because of his release. I don't love his release, but his defense is immaculate. And offensively, he can get the job done. I just don't like his release. If Scotty Barnes had a better release, he's got the Francis size. He's got a lot going for him to me. I just wish he had a better release. At number 82, Peter Goodmanson. Here's the deal. 7'2", can shoot lights out. He's no Mark Eaton because Mark Eaton's taller, but Mark Eaton is no Peter because Peter is going to shoot lights out. Good release on very quick 88 3-ball. A lot of people talk about this card as their favorite budget big in my team. And I run up against way more Peters than a guy like Mark Eaton. So I'm not a fool. I understand people like Peter over Mark Eaton. I'm going to put my bias aside. Peter in here at number 82. At number 81, Pink Diamond, Jonathan Bender. He's better than Poku. I like Poku. I like Bender. They're both really solid options. But when it comes down to it, Bender is overall the better card. Why? Player model's better, and I just think overall he competes at a higher level. Bender, especially if you can find one with a couple extra Hall of Famers, release-wise is good. Trae upper, I hate it, okay? I gotta tell you guys, I hate the Trae Young upper, but with the Montrezl Harrell base, it's still okay in my team, okay? So just something to kind of keep in the back of your minds, think about. With the Harrell base, it is okay. Normal leaner, MJ dribble style. Bender is really, really solid in my team and was my starting small forward for some time. Coming in here, cracking the top 80. Shout out Unbeatable Jacob, Dark Matter Cade cutting him. Now, I know Unbeatable Jacob might be kind of mad that he's not higher. But my whole thing is this, guys. What does Cade really give you on the basketball court? He's just a tall point guard. Oshman Jang is basically just as good as this Dark Matter Cade Cunningham. And I know that's going to make some people mad, but that's just the facts of the situation. Cade is fine in my team. If he's your point guard that you like running, fine. But he's just another point guard that's going to play some defense. His release is okay. It is nothing special, though. At number 79, this one might be a surprise to some people. Hero DeMarcus Cousins. Now, why do I say this is a surprise? Because nobody is talking about DeMarcus Cousins right now in my team. And when I say nobody, I mean absolutely nobody is talking or hyping up DeMarcus Cousins. But hear me out, okay? I know his height's not great, but he has a wide player model at 6'10". And when you look at the card and his stats and his badges, tell me what DeMarcus Cousins can't do. Sure, his defense still might not be the best in my team, and I'll give you guys the credit with that. But, you know, DeMarcus Cousins, based on very quick, MJ dribble style, normal leaner, he's got a lot of things going in his direction, for him. 46 base badges. I like Boogie in my team. You guys might not, but I'll hype the card up. This one's going to make a lot of people mad as well. Hero Hedo Turkoglu coming in at number 78. A lot of people love this Hedo card, but I hate the Trae upper. And so if you're going to give a point guard the Trae upper, I'm not going to hype it up. I'm not. You guys know I don't like the Trae upper. The only Trae upper I even give the benefit of the doubt to is Tim Thomas. Because even with TT, do I love the Trae upper? No, but the card is good enough. I can get past it, right? I can look past it. With the rest of these cards, I can't. I can't green with this Hedo Turkoglu. And maybe it's a me problem, and if that's the case, I'll take the blame. Okay, my fault. I can't green with you. Okay, what do you want? What would you like me to do? I can't green with you. Do you want me to use you? I can't. Hedo's overall probably better than number 78, but I personally can't put him any higher. At number 77, Dark Matter Clyde Drexler. In the meta of my team, Clyde's good because he can attack the rim and dunk the ball. That is the meta of my team right now. If you know, you know. He's going to dunk the ball incredibly well. 6'7", 6'10" wingspan. I have no issues with Clyde Drexler. Have I ever really used the card a ton? No. But I have absolutely no issues with Clyde the Glide. At number 76, Manu Ginobili, but the heroic version. Hero version is going to be even higher. Sneak peek for you guys. Cares a base. Rudy upper, I'm very quick. D-book leaner. MJ dribble style. Francis Sizen. Nobody really talks about Manu, but if you want a fun point guard to use in my team, Manu might be your guy. Lefty release. Really, really solid overall option in my team. At number 75, shout out Jimmy Butler, man. I don't like Jimmy. Him and the Timberwolves kind of had a falling out process, but I respect him and what he has doing and what he has done and what he is doing for the Miami Heat. At number 75, not great offensively, but is still going to play a lot of defense for you. Can be that secondary ball handler at number 75. At number 74, Mr. Mo Bamba. I love Hero Mo Bamba. And honestly, without a guy in my Twitch that said, Ty, you need to use Mo Bamba and try him out, I would probably not have him on this list because I wouldn't notice. I would never have noticed that he's actually good. Has good shooting badges, playmaking wise, has what he needs defensively, can hold it down, and he has such a long wingspan in my team. This card is really solid in my team, and I don't think he is super expensive. So if you want to try out Mo Bamba, definitely a card you can use and have a lot of success with. Next up, guys, the card again I don't love, but I gotta put him on this list. It's Heroic Paul George. Like, when you compare even Paul George, let's say, to Kawhi Leonard, because a lot of people are going to be like, Ty, where's Kawhi? Paul George is at least 6'9". That's what he has going for him. Now, again, the card is by no means perfect. He actually lacks a lot. But he's 6'9" at the 2. He's still going to be able to attack the rim, dunk the ball, It's just the release that I'm not a fan of. I can get past the release because Paul George is still going to play great defense. At number 72, Supersonic. I said heroic. Supersonic Kevin Durant. Now, KD is a card. In the past 2Ks, he's always been the best. And this year, it's not that way. He's not the best. He's still okay, though. Like, you can use his KD and still have a decent amount of success with him. I think the reason KD gets such a bad rep in my team is because everybody is used to the old KDs. Everybody's used to KD running the game. And that's just not the case anymore. KD's still really, really solid in my team at number 72. At number 71, LaMelo Ball. LaMelo Ball, you know what you're getting out of LaMelo. It's that simple. Offensively, really good. Okay, no questions asked. Especially as a secondary ball handler. I still don't like him as a primary because his size up is horrible. But as a secondary ball handler, he's fine. He has the LaMelo base. Really, really good. Unquick. Getting green shots for you. Play decent defense. Just solid. Overall card in my team. Especially for a card that came out on March the 3rd. Cracking our top 70. Galaxy Opal. Jonathan Isaac. Now, when Jonathan Bender first came out, put Jonathan Bender over Jonathan Isaac. I don't think so anymore. I think Isaac is more consistent as far as shooting the ball is concerned. And they're both going to play good defense. Isaac's going to play better defense. This card is really good. One of the cards I'm most excited about is when we get a Dark Matter Jonathan Isaac. I honestly hope we get a Dark Matter Jonathan Isaac that can play point guard. Because if you put him next to even like a Vince or a T-Mac, that is a perfect recipe. So that's kind of me wishful thinking, and that's kind of my wishes. So if you want to know, there you go. Jonathan Isaac coming in here at number 70. At number 69, Mr. Nikola Jokic. But not the point guard one. We're plugging in this one from the NBA playoffs. Here's the deal. If you put this Jokic at power forward, he is still really good in my team. Okay, and I need you guys to understand that. Playoff Jokic is still really solid. So a lot of people are pulling like this Galaxy, not a lot of people, some people are pulling the Galaxy Opal Jokic out of packs. If you do that and you Evo him, he's going to sell for a decent amount because the power forward Nikola Jokic is really solid right now. And just know, he's still in the playoffs and he's been playing out of his mind. So he might get another Evo as well. At number 68, it pains me putting him this low, but nobody else can use KPJ like I can. And it's sad because I love KPJ, but it's just the facts. Nobody else plays as well with KPJ as I do, so I can't put him any higher, although I wish I really could. I love KPJ. You guys should as well. Defensively, not the best, but offensively speaking, he's immaculate. Even the Pro 2 leaner is good. The Pro 2 leaner is so underrated in my team. It's the leaner that Vince has. You want an easy release to green, easy leaner to green, the Pro 2 leaner is your option. I love KPJ in my team. It pains me putting him at number 68. At number 67, Hero Xavier McDaniel. Another card that I feel like is not talked about nearly enough that when I did a gameplay of, I absolutely loved. Tell me what Xavier McDaniel can't do in my team. Good release, normal leaner, can dribble the ball, perfect stats. Tell me, what is there not to like about this card? Oh, wait, and I'll be intrigued to see your comments. What is there not to like about Xavier McDaniel's hero card in my team? Because there is a lot to like, I'll tell you that. At number 66, Eddie Jones. Steady Eddie in my team. It pained me that I locked him in. All for me to, just decide I liked another card better. But I still think this card is absolutely elite and was definitely elite when he did get released on March the 28th. People did hype this Eddie Jones up, but deservedly so, because he could play defense, could knock down shots. I remember I played a tournament game, and literally Eddie Jones carried me. He had like 30 points, and I still lost. But that just goes to show how good Eddie Jones truly was in my team. At number 65, back to our tall point guards, Galaxy Opal Alperen Sengun. Now, Sengun's an interesting card, because objectively, everybody loved this card, but I never really used Sengun as much as anybody else. And I don't know why. Maybe it's just because I wasn't really playing my team then, but I never really used this Shangoon. Or maybe it's because I had a really juiced Galaxy Opal Magic and a Galaxy Opal Ben Simmons, and they just kind of ran the show for me. But I never really used this Shangoon. But objectively, stats, badges, nearly perfect. His release wasn't great, but stats, badges, nearly perfect. Coming in here at number 64, Galaxy Opal Heroic Thurl Bailey. If there's a card that has grown on me like crazy in the last week, it is Thurl Bailey. My respect for Thurl Bailey has tripled, at least. I absolutely love Thurl Bailey. I'm literally in love with the card. I'll gas him if nobody else does. Literally in love with Thurl Bailey. What can the card not do? He's tall, lengthy, quick release. His release does take a while to get used to, but I mean, again, I just really love the card. Evo James Harden at number 63 here. With James Harden, it's one of those things. Sure, he's only 6'5". I get all that. I'm not trying to sit here and gas him and say, well, he's the best. No, he's only 6'5", so I get it if you're not one to love James Harden. But his release is outstanding. His movement is unique. I'm not going to say it's great, but it's unique. I like James Harden, and not only that, James Harden is a lot of fun to use in my team. And on the opposite end, Ben Simmons isn't very fun, but he's extremely good. Galaxy Opal Ben Simmons at number 62 here. 6'11", 7-foot wingspan. It comes down to this. Are you greening with this Ben Simmons or not? If you're greening with him, I mean, or even if you have Monty Williams and you're greening with him, you're going to really like the card. And if you're not greening with him, then you're not going to like the card. It's that simple. Dunks on everybody. His defense plays way better than these stats even suggest. The card is absolutely elite in my team. Hero Embiid at number 61. I know there's some people that want to hype up this card, but I'm telling you, Hero Embiid is going to be a letdown in my team. He just is. Now, again, of course, right? I dropped an Embiid gameplay. I was horrible with him. And then I go into Splash's stream, and Splashy's going crazy with Embiid, making everybody think Embiid's literally Zeus. Why does nobody run either the Heroic or the Hero Embiid? It's because he's not great. It's that simple. You can use him. I'm just telling you guys the facts. He is not great in my team. At number 60, our other Manu, Hero Manu Ginobili. You want to talk about guys that can get you a bucket in my team. Manu Ginobili can do that. This Manu is going to play better defense, though. He's going to hold it down defensively at 6'6", carries base on very quick. I like Manu Ginobili, and for an undersized, calling a 6'6" point guard undersized is crazy, but for an undersized in 2K terms point guard in my team, Manu Ginobili is a card that I really do enjoy using. At number 59, we're plugging in the other Paul George, Hero Paul George. Now, again, you haven't seen me really hype up Paul George, and if you guys are wondering why he's so high, here's the deal. Height runs the game, and Paul George is a 6'9" shooting guard. Name some other taller shooting guards than Paul George. Name some. Oh, wait. Who's the taller shooting guard than Paul George? Again, I'm waiting. Right? Big Z, sure. Who else? I mean, you can run a point guard, I guess, like, I don't know, that's taller. I don't know. I'm just saying the shooting guard position doesn't have a lot of tall guys. Paul George is one of them, though. But again, defensively, he is going to reign supreme. At number 58, Hero Penny Hardaway. So you're seeing a lot of guys that I had, a little lower with the heroic cards that are higher with the hero cards. Why? They're just a little better overall, especially defensively. Penny Hardaway still doesn't see a change release. Really was hoping for that, but still really solid here at number 58. J.R. Smith. Heroic version at number 57. I like J.R. Smith, and if you're like, he's this high, go watch the gameplay. Of Heroic J.R. Smith. I might have had the hero version. I don't really remember. I got buckets with J.R. Smith. Release, I've said it before with J.R. Smith. His release isn't overly quick, but it's quick and it's easy to time. It's perfect, in my opinion, at the point guard position, especially offensively. Tough to beat J.R. Smith. At number 58, Galaxy Opal Billy Knight. Do you guys remember when I was talking about Eddie Jones and I said, I really liked using Eddie Jones, but there was just another shooting guard I like a little bit more. That guy's Billy Knight. If you got Billy Knight, I'd still use him to this day. He's really good and still free. At number 55, Dark Matter Wilt Chamberlain. I don't love Wilt, but if you can green consistently with him, he's a good card. He is a good card. I don't like Wilt in my team. I don't. I think he needs a change release for me to like him. This card didn't come out early. If this card would have came out, March 7th instead of April 7th, maybe. Just came out too late. There's already really good centers. KP, Yao, D-Rob, to name a few, in my team. At number 54, Galaxy Opal Sean Livingston. If you... And again, obviously it's went down a little bit since the start of the season, but if you grinded Unlimited right away, you got one of the best point guards in the game. It's that simple. Sean Livingston is extremely good. 6'7", 6'11 wingspan, hot spots for everywhere, 58 base badges, 17 Hall of Fame. Movement-wise is elite. And the big thing for him, this release, the JT Thor base. You guys might be like, what type? The JT Thor base is basically a LaMelo type base, maybe a little easier to green. Jetty upper makes it really smooth. I love Sean Livingston in my team, and I think he still is one of my point guards on both accounts, honestly. Up next, we're plugging in Devin Booker with 50 Hall of Fame badges. Now, I know you guys might want Devin Booker higher. The reason he's not going to be higher for me is a couple of reasons. Okay, there's a couple of reasons. Number one, I gotta say, I like his release. But the thing for me is, number one, I don't like the tray size. Number two, he doesn't have the Austin. Number three, he's just not perfect, okay? Now, you guys might be like, okay, why are you comparing Devin Booker to Sean Livingston? Well, in my opinion, they're pretty comparable. Yes, they're a little bit different, right? Devin Booker has way more Hall of Famers. But is there that much of a difference between a gold badge and a Hall of Fame badge? I don't know. This card's basically an invincible. Devin Booker played incredible in the playoffs. This card is really, really solid. But when it comes down to it, not a lot of people can get him number one. And number two, I mean, I'm not going to gas him. I think Sean Livingston's release is better. I'm going to put D-Book in here at number 53. At number 52, Dark Matter Dwight Howard Elemental card, 6'11", 7'4 wingspan. Here's the deal. I like it better than Wilt, but I still don't love Dwight. Now, why do I like it better than Wilt? Just because you're going to shoot better with Dwight than Wilt. It's really that simple, that easy. Obviously, Wilt's going to have that larger player model player build, but Dwight's animations are crazy. If you've ever used the Dwight Howard in my team, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The card is good. I just am not the biggest fan of his release in my team. At number 51, Hero Kyle Kuzma. Again, I hate the Kyle Kuzma upper. I like the Kyle Kuzma base because, like, with Vince Carter, I love it. I absolutely love the Kuz base on a guy like Vince Carter. I just hate the Kuz upper, but objectively, Kuz is good. Hero Kuz is good. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Coming in there at number 51. At number 50, cracking our top 50, Galaxy Opal Ricky Davis. My man. I love you. I always have a special place in my heart for Ricky Davis. The thing is, there's just taller shooting guards in my team. It's really that simple. There are taller shooting guards in my team. Can't move them any higher than number 50. Number 49, not many people have him, but if you do have him, he's good. Dark Matter Dave Cowan's collector level reward. Now again, if you got him, you know how good he is. But again, not a lot of people have him. But Dave Cowan's really good in my team. If 2K made the collector level worth it, more people would grind. Honestly, there's a lot of problems with 2K. The collector level is one of many, but it's just not what it once was. Do you remember when GOAT Giannis was a thing, or Galaxy Opal Giannis at 2K19 was a thing? That's back when the collector level was somewhat fun. At number 48, Heroic Tim Duncan. I don't know where to put this card because look, he's basically an invincible card. Look at his stats. He's basically an invincible. But his release is still the Tim Duncan base. I mean, he's still going to move well, still got the normal leader, but the Tim Duncan base just isn't anything special. I actually have never used this card, so maybe he's really good. At number 48 right now for me. At number 47, SGA Dark Matter Shea. He's good. It's just he's 6'6" with not the best player model. There's just going to be better overall point guards in my team. I like Shea. You can get his release down. He is really solid. No Asta slide on the card. And he just, at the point guard position, if you're going to be 6'6", you got to have everything. No Asta. I don't love the Trey. Trey size, it's okay. I like the Steph better. Leaner-wise, I mean, Gano it's different. Just not necessarily my favorite. There's just going to be better point guards in my team. At number 46, Heroic Arvydas Sabonis. I think Arvydas Sabonis, in general, is one of the most underrated cards in my team. Now, hear me out, okay? It's hard to find centers in my team that can compete with the Tacos, the Yaz of the world. Arvydas Sabonis can do that, and he gives you the ability to shoot the ball. Now, I know this one has a little low speed, and so people might want to run Peter or whoever else more. but I still love Arvydas Sabonis in my team. You can green with him, puts pressure on defenses, can compete on the interior. I think he's underrated. And you'll see where I have my hero Arvydas. I really think people are sleeping on Arvydas Sabonis in my team. At number 45, we're plugging in hero J.R. Smith. Just going to be better than the heroic. Again, I talked about how I liked his release. 6'6" is just fine in my team. I just like him more than a guy like Shea. That's just my opinion. I mean, I compared the two. Which one do I like more? That's the one that's going to be higher. And for me, it's J.R. Smith. Going to play great defense. I like his release. If you locked in forward with J.R., you can definitely use the card. At number 44, hero Kevin Durant. I think I've gained a little appreciation for Kevin Durant over time. His release is easy to green. It's just one of those things. It's just, he's a letdown. If you've ever used KD in the past, you know KD this year has been a letdown, but he's not that bad in my team. At number 43, Sweet Lou Dang Titans Galaxy Open. People might be like, what? Lou Dang is this high? Yes, Lou Dang is this high. Certain people don't love Lou's release. I get that. You don't have to love Lou's release. He's going to play great defense for you, battle, and he's going to knock down open shots. He is. And if you get used to his release, to me, it's players with decent releases. So like Throw Bailey, Lou Dang. If you use the card enough, you'll get used to his release. You can't replicate this defense at 6'9". You just can't. I love Lou in my team. Definitely a card I am a pretty big fan of. At number 42, people know about this card. He's no secret anymore. That is Galaxy Opal Marc Gasol. Galaxy Opal Marc Gasol was once kind of a secret. Not that many people know about him. Everybody knows about Marc Gasol now, and rightfully so. I mean, good release, 7'1", wide player amount of player build. I don't use him on my No Money Spent because I, use some other guys. But Marc Gasol is a card you will see a lot of in my team Unlimited because people know what they're doing with the card. I mean, they really do. People know with Marc Gasol that he is really, really, really solid in my team. At number 41, we're going to be plugging in playoff Brook Lopez. A card at the center position that is solid. That's all I'm going to say. He's solid. The big thing for Brook Lopez, though, is his release. I don't like the upper on it, okay? I do not like the Brook Lopez upper. But the belly base on very quick with the normal leaner MJ dribble style, he's got a lot going for him. I, again, am just not the biggest fan of the Brook Lopez upper. Coming in here at number 40, guys, we've got Big Bob Pettit. Now, a lot of people didn't grind limited, including me. But Bob Pettit is good, okay? Yeah, he's good. He's only 6'9", though. It's kind of... I hate to say it, that a 6'9" small forward is undersized, but he kind of is. Bob Pettit's good, though. Green's basically every shot that you do shoot with him. And if you got him, got to be you got a really solid option. At number 39, Dark Matter Hakeem the Dream. I don't hate Hakeem as a level 40. Do I love him, though? No. I don't love him because, you know what? We've got cards in the game that you can buy for, like, even Marc Gasol. Basically the same as Hakeem. Yeah, Hakeem might have more Hall of Famer stuff like that, but that's kind of the problem I have with it. Hakeem's still really solid. Does come in here at number 39. Really solid overall. I'm actually going to get level 40 this season, which doesn't make sense. And probably the most boring season we've had in a really long time with hardly anything to do. I guess, I'm going to get level 40. So, I don't know. Maybe 2K is doing something. No, 2K is doing nothing right, but I guess I'm getting level 40. At number 38, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And this is my big point, okay? Kareem came out a season ago, and he was a pay-to-win type of card, right? You had to lock in a bunch of MT to get him, and people did that. This is when people started to realize, okay, people are willing to lock in 3 million MT for Kareem, and that's when the minute stuff just got outlandish. But here's the thing. Hakeem should be better than Kareem, and he's not. I mean, it's close. You can make the argument either way. But, I mean, Kareem's player model just, in my opinion, sets him over the top. He is a little bit better, in my opinion, coming in here at number 38. At number 37, people are going to get mad at me, Hero Michael Jordan. And Hero Michael Jordan isn't bad. Like, I used him again the other day, and he's really not bad. He can get you a bucket. His release isn't that bad either, right? I mean, it's really not. But it's just the whole thing of shooting guards should be your primary ball handler right now. KPJ, MJ upper is kind of weird on it, but it's still solid. Trey leaner. I just think there are better options than Michael Jordan in my team. He's fine, just better options in the game. At number, where are we even at anymore? At number 36. Dark Matter Mitchell Robinson. It makes me sad that I sold my Mitchell Robinson, but I had to. I mean, I at the end of the day, had to go through and sell Mitchell Robinson. This card is good, though. I want you guys to know that this Mitchell Robinson is absolutely elite. He's fast. He can get to the rim, plays great defense. I mean, here's the deal. For 100,000 MT, you can do much worse than Mitchell Robinson. At number 35, we've got Dark Matter Bill Russell. I don't like Bill Russell, okay? And so I'm going to be biased against Bill Russell. And I'll be the first to tell you that I'm biased against Bill Russell. He sold me in the best in the world tournament. I literally would have won both current and next gen if it wasn't for this scrub Bill Russell. It's that simple. I literally would have went 2 for 2 if it wasn't for this absolute bona fide scrub in Bill Russell. But still, card's not bad. I mean, 54 base badges, 30 on Hall of Fame. I mean, he's fine. There are just overall better options in my team. At number 34, Mr. Dikembe Mutombo and his Dark Matter. Yes, I like Dikembe more than Kareem. Yes, I like him more than Hakeem. He's just taller. I think provides a way better defense. Sure, if you give him a shoe, he can shoot the ball better. I like his release as well, normal leaner, MJ dribble style. I like Dikembe. I mean, his longevity is decent. Coming out on March the 28th, nearly 2 months ago. Still being in here at number 34. Problem is at number 33, I'm plugging in D-Rob. And I know if you watch my power forward list, you're going to be like, what, Ty? It's different now than it was then. My opinions on cards change. I think D-Rob, though, why I like him more than some of the other guys is because of his release. I really like the release of David Robinson. I think that kind of carries him. When some other cards don't have like the best releases, this and that. D-Rob's release is good. It's been consistent, so I don't have a problem with D-Rob. I mean, the fact that he came out on February 24th, nearly, how many months ago would that be? Nearly what, 3 months ago, and is still this good is kind of crazy in my team. Coming in here at number 32, Alonzo Mourning. And it's sad because I can't get Alonzo Mourning. I've probably played, I don't know, 100 games, which isn't anything crazy. I'll be the first to tell you, 100 games isn't anything crazy. But I won Alonzo Mourning, and I literally can't get the card. I can't get Alonzo Mourning. The card's elite, though. I mean, from dribble sigs to his defense, John Wall base, Rudy upper, I really want Alonzo Mourning. And you could probably put him even higher than 32. I'm just putting him at 32 for now because the power forward position is so strong and so many Giants are being ran there. At number 31, Danny Ferry. Why is Danny Ferry higher than Alonzo Mourning? Is Danny Ferry better at power forward? No, but at the small forward position, Danny Ferry is a little more valuable. Why? He gives you good height. 6'10 at the small forward position, hot spots from everywhere. His release is good too. I know a lot of people couldn't green with him right away, but at this stage, if you've used the card, you should be able to green with him, get that release down. At number 31, a really solid option. Titans Ben Simmons coming in here at number 30, and it's crazy putting a Titans Ben Simmons this low, but he is. Now, why is Titans Ben Simmons this low? It's because his 3-ball is not great. 75 3-ball, no shooting badges base. Now, yes, if you spend, I don't know, 50,000 MT on badges, a shoe, and then, getting the right coach, sure, he can be a lot better, but we're talking about a base Ben Simmons here. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm not in love with base Ben Simmons. And honestly, I say it. Give me base Ron Artest over base Ben Simmons. It's crazy, but that's my opinion at number 29. Ron Artest is so good. I had him and I sold him. Again, another card I kind of regret selling. This card is absolutely elite. Good release. Okay, gets great defensive animation. 6'7", again, long wingspan. I love Ron Artest. Even when we throw it back to the pink diamond, throw it back, Ronnie. He was still really, really good for his specific time. At number 28, Purvis Ellison, Galaxy Opal. Small forward position, again, one I don't necessarily love. Purvis Ellison, absolutely elite. I don't know why I love Purvis so much, but I do. When I did my gameplay of Purvis, I was like, this guy is the absolute best. That opinion hasn't changed. Still love Perv in my team. At number 27, Hero Brian Scalabrine. If you know about Hero Scal, you know the card. Really, really solid in my team. Now, he doesn't have the best player amount of player build, but defensively, he's elite. Gonna have a really good release. It's basically the Bender base on very quick instead of just quick. Francis size up as well. Scal really solid and kind of can create his own shot in my team. At number 26, out of position Nikola Jokic. I like out of position Nikola Jokic more than the Titans' Ben Simmons. Why? Let's talk about it, okay? Height-wise, they're both obviously that same height. Jokic just gives you the ability to knock down shots and play great defense. Obviously, Ben Simmons is going to be a better primary defensive player. Jokic is just way better offensively, though, in my opinion. All the way up here at number 26. This one might come as a surprise to a lot of you guys. Anthony Davis, Evo, at number 25. Anthony Davis defensively gets crazy animations, and I don't know why. He shouldn't be this good, but he is. And again, his release is still only on quick. I need another AD Evo, but I still love the card. I still love AD in my team. I'm still going to give him the benefit of the doubt, even though he's objectively probably not as high as I'm putting him. Like, objectively, Alonzo Mourning is better than Anthony Davis. Like, objectively, they should be switched spots. So let's do it. Anthony Davis actually should be down at number 32. Alonzo Mourning should be at number 25. I don't know why I put AD so high. I guess I probably got fooled by the Hall of Famers, but yeah, he's not as good as Alonzo Mourning. Steve Smith in here at number 24. I still run him on my No Money Spent, and I love this card. I actually run him on both accounts. I was lucky enough to get Steve Smith on both accounts. So that's something I'm blessed. I actually got him on the same day, I do believe. But I like Steve Smith. Can play good defense, offensively absolutely incredible. LaMelo base on very quick, decent upper, Trey leaner, good dribble 6. I love Steve Smith. There's times where Steve Smith is just, you know, that role player at the 2. And then there's times he can take over games like in yesterday's or 2 days ago, whenever you guys are seeing this No Money Spent Squad series. Steve Smith, absolutely incredible. This one's going to surprise a lot of people, but I do not care. You want Alonzo Mourning in my team? Just get Thurl Bailey. Now, they're different. They're not exactly the same. I'm just saying, just get Thurl Bailey. I think Hero Thurl Bailey, is coming in at number 3, is better than Alonzo Mourning. Or just as good, if not better. Why? Why do I think that? Why do I believe that? Here's the deal with Thurl Bailey. First of all, he's 6'11". Let's start with that. He's 6'11". 7-foot wingspan, hot spots from everywhere, 57 base badges, 25 on Hall of Fame, gets every shooting badge you need. Playmaker-wise, nearly perfect. Defensively, perfect as well. I would give him mismatch expert in case you play a Taco, a Manu. Okay, he needs that. Give him Dimer, give him clutch shooter, give him space creator, give him the badges. Because look, when you give him the badges, your guard is already elite. Defensively, elite. Offensively, 95 3-ball, good release. His release, different than nearly anybody else's in my team. But it is absolutely one I love, okay? So I'm telling you right now, Thurl Bailey, again, watch my No Money Spent Squad series, you'll know is absolutely elite my team. Coming in here at number 23. At number 22, I didn't know where to put him. But he deserves his respect. Out of position, Big Z. I didn't know where to put him because objectively, I don't want to put Big Z high. But he's on my No Money Spent Squad for a reason, and it's because he's good. Big Z is good. 7'3", 7'6" wingspan, hot spots for everywhere. 94 3-ball. Sure, his speed's not great, but if you give him Monty Williams, you're looking at an upper 70 speed, right shoe. I mean, he's fine. Good release as well. I like running Big Z because that way you don't have to run Taco. You don't have to run Yao. If you have Big Z, he can guard one of them, and then you can adjust your matchups elsewhere. That's why I like Big Z in my team at number 22. At number 21, Dark Matter, Luka Doncic. It's crazy that Luka's all the way down here at 21, but that just goes to show how many good players we have in my team. I think I put him at number 1 on my point guard ranking list, but things have just changed a little bit since then, especially with Manu, with cards just getting taller in my team. Still, like Luka, as far as an all-around card, he is absolutely incredible. Good release as well. KPJ Rudy on very quick. Trey leaner. Can't ask for much more out of a Luka Doncic. At number 20, AK-47 Galaxy Opal. Now, a lot of people aren't going to like him being this high. I don't make the rules. AK's elite. Good release. Great SIGs. Going to get you stops as well. He's the full package. AK-47 is the complete package in my team. I said it before and I'll say it again. I don't make the rules. AK-47 is good in my team. At number 19, interdimensional Tim Thomas, 6'10", 7'2" wingspan. Card is really, really solid. Now, people ask me, Ty, why do you like certain people over Tim Thomas? Or why do you like Tim Thomas over certain people? The one thing Tim Thomas has going for him over other shooting guards, and it's kind of the same with Paul George, is Tim Thomas is tall, okay? So even with like a Tracy McGrady, How do you compare Tim Thomas to T-Mac? It really is preference because Tim Thomas is always going to have that extra height. Car is nearly perfect. I just don't like that tray upper. I've said it before and I'll say it again. That tray upper is one that is disgusting to me. Hero Arvydas Sabonis coming in at number 18. I told you guys that Sabonis was going to surprise you, especially the Hero one, at how high he is on my list. I just love the card. From top to bottom, going to get you stops, going to green shots, going to play good defense. I love Arvydas Sabonis. He's 7'3" and does it all at a high level. And he only got better or more valuable now that Manut's in the game. Right? If you don't got Manu, you don't got Yao, you need Arvydas Sabonis in my team coming in here at number 18. At number 17, KG out of position, 6'11", 7'2" wingspan. Definitely overpriced. I'll say that about KG. I like the card. He definitely is overpriced in my team. Does he make the best squad in the game? I think it's debatable. You throw KG at that small forward position, I think that's where he is most valuable. Coming in here at number 17. The problem is, I like TyDeBo a little bit more coming in at number 16. I need guys that can go get me a bucket. And guess what? Terry Dishinger can do that. KG is, again, he's more of a small forward, so it's hard to really compare him. Terry can get you a bucket, and that's why I like him and appreciate him. KPJ, mellow upper on quick. Something you can green with, normal leaner. Just a really solid overall card. Not a good value because you do have to lock in for him, but if you got him, you got, one of the best shooting guards still to this day in my team. Coming to number 15, Dark Matter, Dirk Nowitzki. Here's the deal with Dirk. I don't know if he's worth his price just because the power forward position isn't a position I'd really ever spend up on. But Dirk's release is incredible. He's going to get you stops. He's going to play, good defense, decent enough defense. Dirk's solid all the way around. You just got to get used to this release because this release is super, super quick in my team. But once you get used to it, Dirk is up there at that power forward position for being one of the best. At number 14, Hero Nikola Jokic. Now, initially I said, I like Luka over Jokic. I don't. Jokic is better than Luka, especially this Hero version of him. There's no flaws in Hero Jokic. No flaws. Yes, this card is insanely expensive. Number one, because he's good. Number two, because most of the people that get him lock in for a minute. But still really, really good in my team. At number 13, we've got the hero Tim Thomas, 6'10", 7'2" wingspan, and this Tim Thomas is going to play immaculate defense. Honestly, let's say you run like Luka and Tim Thomas. Luka could be your primary ball handler, and Tim Thomas could play as your lock. Now, again, I wouldn't necessarily recommend that because I think Tim Thomas should be your primary ball handler. I'm just throwing out options for you, right? If you want Tim Thomas to be your lock, this hero Tim Thomas definitely can do that. Basically an invincible card. Good SIGs as well. TT, absolutely elite. At number 12, Pink Diamond Taco Fall. I didn't know where to plug Taco in because I think he's an interesting guy. Defensively, he's not very good unless he's on like a Yao. If you put him on a power forward, like even a throw Bailey, he's going to get absolutely torched. But he's 7'6", good release, gonna knock down shots. He's 7'6", in a game in which height runs the game. How am I not supposed to hype up Taco? Some people would say Taco sucks. Does Taco actually suck, or are you just not willing to adjust to the meta of my team? I'll leave that up to you guys for discussion. At number 11, hero Ben Simmons. I like Ben Simmons. I really like Ben Simmons. Now, why do I like Ben Simmons over Jokic? Number one, defensively, he's just going to be that little bit better. And number two, I just feel like Ben Simmons, when attacking the rim, gets crazy good animations. Like, as far as dunks that don't get blocked, Ben's don't get blocked. And I don't even know why that's the case. I like Ben Simmons. Obviously, if you get this one, he's going to have half range, good three ball, all that type of stuff. This Ben Simmons is absolutely elite and is up there at that point guard position. At number 10, Dark Matter Kristaps Porzingis. Now, I'll be honest with you. This Kristaps is overpriced. I think I saw one yesterday go for like $650, $700K, which is just ridiculous. You should not be spending that much on KP. But the card is really good. He is absolutely incredible. And longevity-wise, he's up there. Came out on March 3rd, over nearly 2.5 months ago, and is still this high for me. It's no fluke, man. KP is that good in my team. Especially, again, when you're up against the Giants, you need a guy that can compete against them. At number 9, generational Vince Carter. I don't have the words to describe how good Vince Carter is. I don't. And again, yesterday he was going, like, I'm recording this on Saturday. So yesterday when he came out, there was some going for like 250,000 MT. For that price, Vince Carter is and was an absolute steal. Now, there's going to be people saying, Ty, he's only 6'6". How is he above Tim Thomas? All I can say is as your primary ball handler, there's not going to be many better than Vince Carter. Maybe T-Mac, but that would be about it. At number 8, Galaxy Opal Yao Ming. He wins the longevity award this year. He does. Galaxy Opal Yao Ming is the best card we've ever seen in my team, at least since I've started playing as far as longevity is concerned. He came out on January 20th and is still a top 8 card as far as I'm concerned in my team. That's crazy. That should not be the case, but that is the case with Galaxy Opal Yao. He is that good still to this day in my team. Coming in number 7, Radiant T-Mac. People are going to tell you Radiant T-Mac is better than the new Invincible T-Mac. That's just not the case. They just don't know how to green on very quick. But, you know, this T-Mac still is really solid. If you can get this T-Mac with, you know, 50, 60 Hall of Famers, he's basically the Invincible with the right shoe. It's that simple, especially if you do prefer the release on quick, like some people probably do if they can't green. Yeah, he's going to be that good in my team, and I have him at number 7, but you could definitely still have this card as a top 5 card in my team, and I would not argue with you. At number 6, Dark Matter Yao. It's crazy that the Galaxy Opal Yao and the Dark Matter Yao are this close, but they are. This Yao is just going to be better than the Galaxy Opal. It's that simple. It's that easy. The one thing that doesn't improve is height, okay? He still remains 7'6". And again, that's why Galaxy Opal Yao is so high. First of all, he can shoot. Second of all, his speed's good. And third of all, he's 7'6". It's not like his height is any worse. And that's the main thing when we're talking about Yao Ming or Tacos in my team. Even Manutes, right? Their height is going to remain the same. At number 5, we're cracking the top 5. I've typed in Hero. We're plugging in Bobo. Now, I just remembered, okay? I forgot this Bobo. Honestly, this Bobo would probably be at like number 7. Okay, so he's not much worse. Again, height doesn't change. Animations aren't going to change. So this Bobo would be at like number 7. I forgot him. Hero Bobo, obviously have at number 5. Card is absolutely elite. You could even make this case that this card is a top 2 card in my team. You absolutely could make that case. For me, I just prefer another guy to Bobo, and I'll talk about that when I get there. But Bobo is Bobo, man. If you need any confirmation on how good he is, watch my gameplay, because he was absolutely incredible in my team. At number 4, I gotta put Chet over Bobo. I have to, because when you compare the cards side by side, Chet's the better option. Now, does that mean Chet's worth locking in? No. I would tell you guys, just get the interdimensional Bobo before you do anything else if you're wanting to spend your MT smart. But Chet is better than Bobo. Better release, in my opinion, as well. Chet is absolutely elite. I mean, he's 7'1" in game, not 7 feet. Chet is just, he's so good in my team. Again, not worth the MT, but is that good in my team. Invincible Trace McGrady coming in at number 3. Now, you guys might be surprised. Why is T-Mac only at number 3? Well, I'll say it like this, and this is the best way I can phrase it. Height runs the game. And so in a game in which height runs the game, with Tracy McGrady, he's only 6'8". You can pick up Tim Thomas to give you somewhat, not the same, T-Mac's obviously the best, give you somewhat what T-Mac does. You can pick up Vince, going to give you somewhat what T-Mac does. At my number 2 is Yao Ming. Sure, you can tell me, oh, you can just pick up the other Yaos. The other Yaos are already top 10. Like, what do you want me to do? And for T-Mac, you could always make the case, well, the Radiant's better. So, I mean, I don't know. They're all so good. Number 2, number 3, even number 4 and 5 with Bobo, you could make the case that all of them deserve to be top 2. For me, at number 2, I'm giving it to Hero Yao. You're giving a Yao with Hall of Fame range. He is 7'6". I mean, what else do you want out of a card? Yao at number 2. And coming in as my best card in my team, Dark Matter Manute Bull. Some people might not agree with this, but that's just because they don't have him or have never used him. If you've ever used or played against Manute Bull, you know what I'm talking about. I literally lost the game on my No Money Spent. Not that my opponent was bad, because he wasn't bad, but strictly because Manute Bull. I played against the guy, and he literally dropped like 50 with Manute Bull. He was shooting over me. He was literally impossible to guard. Now, is Manute, I gotta say this, because I always say this. Is Manute worth locking in? No, he's not. But the crazy part is, out of all of my top 10, when we break it down, Hero Bobo is top 10. Okay, Hero Yao is top 10. I mean, Hero Ben is top 11. Hero TT is top 13. Hero Jokic is top 14. So you get a lot of good cards with it. Obviously not worth locking in that much money, that much MT. But he is really, really good, really solid at the end of the day. And I would be lying to not tell you that. So if there is anybody I left off the list, let me know that down below in the comments because that's always fun. Yes, Jalen Green, Patrick Ewing, they didn't make the cut because those cards aren't very good. You can make the case for Jalen Green or Patrick Ewing, but again, I don't have that much fun with them, and I didn't have that much success with them, so that's part of it as well. But again, I'm always eager to hear who I left off that you guys would have definitely included. Let me know your thoughts on the list down below in the comments. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, and as always, man, I love you guys, and have a blessed day.